Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Jason, and welcome to the Fairly Decent Podcast. It's that time of year again. It's Grammy season. And we all know what that means. Giant disappointment. So let's go ahead and pull up some of these nominees from this year. I'm not going to do all the categories. We're going to go through, the popular ones, the ones people kind of care about. I mean, nobody really cares at the end of the day, but it is the Grammys, so it's kind of a big deal to some people. Some people, it's whatever. I'm kind of in the middle. I don't know where you're at. But anyway, let's go ahead and pull up some of the categories. First one we're going to get to is Record of the Year. Now, we have Jon Batiste with Worship, Not Strong Enough by Boy Genius, Flowers by Miley Cyrus, What Was I Made For from Barbie, On My Mama, Victoria Monet, Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo, Anti-Hero by Taylor Swift, and Kill Bill by SZA. Now, to me, this category is smoking hot with a lot of good songs. I'm not too familiar with some of these records, let alone the groups. Boy Genius, I'm not too familiar with. Obviously, the Miley Cyrus song, Flowers, was a huge hit. We all like that song. I think at the end of the day, that's kind of the general consensus. Let's go back to the first one, Jon Batiste. I mean, Jon Batiste has had an excellent year putting out records. I mean, it's kind of been his year. Do I think he'll win the Grammy? Probably not, as I'm scrolling through the list. We'll get back to some of the other ones I think might win. I mean, let's start with Victoria Monet. I mean, she has also had an excellent year when it comes to putting out records and kind of just being seen on the scene, if you will. Right under her is Olivia Rodrigo, and we all know how I feel about Olivia Rodrigo. I mean, that is my girl, A1, day one. Anything she puts out, I'm going to immediately gravitate to and give it a fair opinion, but my opinion always has been Olivia Rodrigo, thumbs up. And then we get to Taylor Swift, Anti-Hero. Now, this is where it gets to one of those little games that the Grammys likes to play, is throw Taylor Swift into a lot of these categories and leave people thinking, oh God, is Taylor Swift just going to win everything all over again? This time, I don't think so. I think she's there because she's Taylor Swift and she's always going to be there. But when it comes to winning the category of Record of the Year, I don't think Taylor Swift has had Record of the Year, in my opinion. So actually, I think because of the cadence and kind of because of the tempo, and it's upbeat, but it also serves as a message to, let's just face it, a lot of teenage girls. And this is not in a biased opinion. I think I have to give it to Olivia Rodrigo, Vampire. And if she doesn't win, then certainly SZA, Kill Bill has to win. I mean, that record is on fire, has been on fire, probably will continue to be on fire for the foreseeable future. So, yeah, but I'm going to give this one to Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo. All right, so we get to the next category, and it is Album of the Year. Now, this one's tricky sometimes. The records they put out do way better than the album does. I mean, that just is the way it goes sometimes. In this sense, I don't think so. I think this one is pretty even as far as the records they put out versus the albums they put out. Again, I'm not too familiar with some of them, but let's just go down the list. We have Jon Batiste, again. That's awesome. We have Boy Genius, who, again, I'm not really familiar with, but it's good to see them up there twice, 2 categories in a row, so good for them. We have Miley Cyrus, Endless Summer Vacation. We have Lana Del Rey album, which to me is probably the best produced album. It was kind of underwhelming as far as popularity goes because it was kind of sad, and that's just the way it is sometimes. Under that, we have Janelle Monáe, The Age of Pleasure. We have Olivia Rodrigo with Guts. We have Taylor Swift with Midnights. And we have SOS by SZA. Now, when it comes to this category, there are some amazing albums, and then there are some mid albums. I'm not going to give some of them too much credit. Awesome nominations. I mean, it's always great to be nominated for a Grammy, but I think there's 2 different planets when it comes to this category. I'm just going to cut straight to it. I'm not going to dissect each and every one. I'm just going to go to who I think is going to win. And that's obviously going to be the bottom three. It's Olivia Rodrigo, it's Taylor Swift, and it's SZA. Now, a lot of people are going to think, oh, Jason, Olivia Rodrigo, he's going to pick her. I'm actually not. Olivia Rodrigo had a lot of good records on Guts, but as far as the entire album goes, I'm not going to give it above SZA SOS. SOS is easily the full package when it comes to this category. I mean, just the amount of singles and just the whole album itself. I mean, if you think about it, you have SOS, you have Kill Bill, you have Blind, you have Snooze, you have Notice Me, Gone Girl. I mean, you could go on and on with this album. So when it comes to album of the year, I have to give it to SZA. It's just too strong of an album. I don't think any of the other albums compare to it. That's just my opinion, but yeah, I have to give it to SZA. All right, this next one we're going to keep short. It's Song of the Year, which is different than Record of the Year. And I find it funny in the fine print here. It says singles or tracks only. I would assume these are all singles, but if they're not, okay, whatever. All right, so in this category, we have A&W, we have Anti-Hero with Jack Antonoff and Taylor Swift, we have Butterfly, John Batiste, Dance the Night from the Barbie movie, we have Flowers by Miley Cyrus, Kill Bill, Vampire, and What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish, also for the Barbie movie. When it comes to this one, I'm just going to keep it short, like I said, and get straight to it. Again, we're going back to the powerhouses here. We have Kill Bill, we have Vampire, we have What Was I Made For, and we have Flowers. And I guess you could throw Dance the Night in there from the Barbie movie. This one for me is just my prediction. Again, it's going to go back to Kill Bill, it's going to go back to Vampire. Those two records are just way too big. Way too strong. Still on the radio today. Have been on the radio for a long time. And that really does mean a lot when it comes to the Grammys. How accessible is your music? That really is one thing that the Grammys does pay a lot of attention to. How accessible is your music? Is it not just on the radio? Is it in movies? Is it in commercials? Is it being played? Yeah, that does matter when it comes to some of these awards. So you have to take that into effect. And I think that Vampire and Kill Bill just hit all those boxes when it comes to Song of the Year. Now the next category we have is Best New Artist. Now this one is really interesting because I think all of these could win. Just to keep it frank with you, I think all of them could win. They're all really amazing. We have Gracie Abrams, Fred Again, Ice Spice, Jelly Roll, Coco Jones, Noah, Victoria Monet, and The War and Treaty. Now, like I said, I think all of these artists could win. Just to keep it short, I mean, she's had an amazing year when it comes to going viral and being basically everywhere you look. Ice Spice, I wouldn't be surprised if she went ahead and took this home. She's everywhere you look. You can't escape her. I mean, and I love Ice Spice. So if Ice Spice ends up taking this home, it's a win for me. And then you have Noah, who's really creating a different kind of country sound, if you will. If you're not familiar with him, go check him out. He's really, really cool. Like I said, he's creating a whole new wave of country music. I'm not really into country music, but his music is really, really cool. And then you get back to it, I wouldn't mind seeing Fred Again take it. He's also kind of proven himself as being a new artist and being a strong new artist, not just a new artist. But in my opinion, when it comes down to the actual award, I'm going to have to give it to Jelly Roll. He's another one that is everywhere that you look. I mean, you can't escape him. He's everywhere. And he just brings a good vibe. I've never seen the dude down. I mean, a lot of his music is interpersonal. It kind of gets into his life and what he's been through, but you always see the dude with a smile on his face, and you can't really hate on that. And then again, we get to the next category, and it is Producer of the Year, non-classical. Now, I'm not going to list all of these off because there is a lot. I mean, I know all of them, but I'm not going to list them all off one by one. There's just too many. So I'm just going to hit straight to who I think is going to win. I'll list some of the top ones, actually. You have Jack Antonoff, who is basically everywhere and has been everywhere for the last, who knows, years on the Grammys. I mean, he does work with everybody. If you've heard a record on the radio, it's probably got Jack's name on it. Then we have Hit Boy, Metro Boomin, and that's about it. I'm going to keep it simple and short again. I'm going to go with Jack because the man, like I said, is everywhere. He's on Lana's record. He's on Taylor's record. He's on a lot of stuff. If you ever look at the Grammys and actually look at the credits on songs, I mean, Jack is absolutely everywhere. So I'm going to have to, just based on how many times you see his name, I'm going to have to go with Jack Antonoff. So now I'm going to get into some of these subcategories, if you will, where they break it down by genre. So the first one we have is Best Pop Solo Performance. We have Miley Cyrus with Flowers. We have Doja Cat, Paint the Town Red. What Was I Made For? Billie Eilish for the Barbie movie. We have Olivia Rodrigo, Vampire. And we have Taylor Swift, Anti-Hero. Now this one's going to be hard for me because I love all of these songs. They're all kind of different in their own right. But yeah, this category is going to be difficult for me. If I had to pin it down to two, I'm going to go with Vampire, and I'm going to have to go with Paint the Town Red. Even though Paint the Town Red just kind of came on the scene, it's strong. It's on the radio all the time. It's everywhere. And again, you go back to the Olivia Rodrigo Vampire record. I mean, that record is kind of undefeated when it comes to the exposure to the record. I mean, you hear that song all the time. Commercials, radio, everywhere. So I'm going to have to give that one to Olivia Rodrigo. Okay, and we're going to skip way down this list here because I'm not getting involved with all that metal and all that stuff. I just don't listen to it. So we're going to skip down to Best R&B Performance. In this category, we have Chris Brown, Summer Too Hot. We have Robert Glasper featuring Sir and Alex Isley, Back to Love. We have Coco Jones, I See You. We have Victoria Monet, How Does It Make You Feel? And we have SZA, Kill Bill. Now, before we even dissect this, let me just tell you, I'm not going to dissect this. I'm going to go straight down to the bottom. Kill Bill, SZA, it's going to win. It's too strong of a song. It's too big of a song. And it's definitely one of the best R&B songs that there is out today, right now. And I know everybody's going to eat my face off for saying that, but it is. To me, it is. Kill Bill is just one of those records for me. And if you don't like it, go ahead and drop a comment in the comment section and let me know how you actually feel. Next, we're going to do is Best Progressive R&B Album. We have Black, Since I Have a Lover. We have the Love album, Off the Grid by Diddy. We have Terrace Martin and James Fauntleroy, Nova. We have Janelle Monáe, The Age of Pleasure. And of course, we have SZA with SOS. Now, I actually have a different opinion on this one. I really want to give it to Black, Since I Have a Lover. I really like that album. Also, the Diddy album. I really, really like that Diddy album. I thought it was put together very well. But I have to go to it again. SZA, SOS. It's undefeated in my book. It's just too good of an album. It's too strong. It has too many good singles. It's arranged perfectly. So yeah, I have to give this award again to SZA. I think she's going to clean up this year. I think it's her year, and I think she deserves it. She put out a very, very, very well put together album. And last but not least, we have the Best Rap Performance. Now, this category is a little different because there is kind of all of the spectrums of rap performance, I guess. We have Baby Keem featuring Kendrick Lamar, The Hillbillies. We have Black Thought with Love Letter. We have Drake and 21 Savage with Rich Flex. We have Scientists and Engineers by Killer Mike, Andre 3000, Future, and Aaron Allen Kane. And we have Players by Coi Leray. Now, I'm just going to choose the three that I think will win. Not three of my favorites, but the three that I think could win. Obviously, the Baby Keem featuring Kendrick Lamar. The Rich Flex with 21 Savage and Drake. And then we have Scientists and Engineers by Killer Mike. Now, when you say rap performance, to me that means rap skills, not the better song, not what gets played on the radio the most. If we're talking about rap performance, how well can you rap? This one can only go two ways. It's either the Hillbillies or Scientists and Engineers, and to me, I don't even think it's close. It's Scientists and Engineers by Killer Mike. When you hear that beat come on, ooh, and Andre 3000 starts rapping shortly thereafter, you just can't. I don't know what the word is, but you just can't. You can't outdo that. That is pure magic at its finest. There's no way to describe it. That song is out of control. It's on a different planet. And for this category, you won't see a better rap performance. Like I said, when it comes to actual rap ability, that song takes the cake in this category, and it's not even close. All right, and let's go ahead and wrap it up. Next, we have Best Melodic Rap Performance. We have Burna Boy, Sitting on Top of the World. We have Doja Cat, Attention. Drake and 21 Savage, Spin 'Bout You. Lil Durk featuring J. Cole, All My Life. And SZA with Low. No, I'm not going to give it to SZA, for God's sakes. I'm just going to keep this one short and sweet. We're going to give it to Lil Durk, J. Cole, All My Life. J. Cole absolutely spazzed on that verse, and if you think otherwise, then you might want to check your rap ears. So we're going to go ahead and give that to Lil Durk and J. Cole with All My Life. Next, we have Best Rap Song. We have Doja Cat, Attention. We have Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice, Barbie World. We have Just Wanna Rock, Lil Uzi Vert. We have Rich Flex, Drake and 21 Savage, Scientists and Engineers. Again, Killer Mike. When it comes to Best Rap Song, that's a little different category. Now we're talking about the song. We're not talking about the rapping ability. We're talking about the song. I wouldn't be surprised if this one went to Rich Flex with Drake and 21 Savage. I mean, it's a bop. It's on the radio, and it's a bop. You gotta call a spade, and that's what it is. It's a bop. It's all over the place. Everybody loves that song. Even if you hate it, you can't deny the song is everywhere. So we're gonna go ahead and give that one to Rich Flex, Drake, and 21 Savage. And finally, we get to the best rap album. In this category, we have Drake and 21 Savage, Her Loss. We have Killer Mike with Michael. We have Metro Boomin with Heroes and Villains. We have Nas with King's Disease 3. And we have Travis Scott with Utopia. Now this one is another tricky one when it comes to rap. Because some of these albums are rap. Will rap your face off rap. And some of them are a little more melodic rap. Some of them have singing songs with rap verses and stuff like that. I'm going to keep it simple and just who I think is going to win. Not necessarily my favorite album, but I'm going to give this one to Travis Scott, Utopia. It sold a lot of records. It had some good singles on it. It was around for a long time, and it still is kind of around. But yeah, I have to give it to Travis Scott, Utopia. It's just too big of an album compared to these other ones. I really love the Nas King's Disease 3 album, but I just don't think as far as a Grammy award winning goes. I think Utopia is by far the biggest of these listed. If I have to list my favorite, I would definitely go with Killer Mike. Michael, that album is phenomenal. If you have not heard it yet, please go download this album. If you like rap music, please go download it and listen to it. It is truly one of the best rap albums I've heard in a very long time. All right, and that's going to wrap it up for our Grammy nominations. Congratulations to everybody who was nominated for a Grammy. I know it's a big deal, and I know it's far away from the Grammys, but I like to give my predictions a little bit early. Opinions may change, whatever, but I like to get mine on record early on so that the people can see what my opinion is, and that's what Fairly Decent is here for. So thanks for joining us. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. You can find us on all platforms, YouTube, Spotify, Patreon. I really appreciate you guys coming around, listening, giving your opinion, all that good stuff. So make sure you guys have a fairly decent week, and we'll see you next time.